Hulk and his entire crew are stuck in space in their ship. A-Bomb jokes about the fact that they may never get to leave and will be lost in space forever. She-Hulk cuts in, stating that known facts about being lost in space are that one would freeze before they suffocate. She adds that thinking about it alone is already making her start to feel cold. Hulk, trying to keep their spirits high, states that Earth is out there somewhere, and that by keeping their scanners open, they'd get to find it, sooner or later. Red Hulk, on the other hand, lifts some heavy weights in a different room. While A-Bomb's floating bots watch him, he comments to the bots that the workouts are necessary to keep himself bulked up, even in low gravity. Samuel Stearns, the leader, who is stuck inside a floating ball despite his genius mind, floats towards him and teases him about the fact that he's meant to be more focused on exercising the muscles in his head rather than the ones in his body. Red Hulk immediately snaps back at him, roasting him with the fact that even his mega mind can't get him out of the oversized pet cage he happens to be stuck in. Back in the control room, Hulk works through the transmission device, trying to pick up anything that serves as a signal. Immediately, the device gets overwhelmed with hundreds of signals at a time. The screen begins to show movies in black and white, so they conclude that they must have only managed to pick up old signals from decades past. He navigates through the signals to try to find anything helpful, but he then stumbles on a show where a clown named Obnoxio is performing. A-Bomb comments stating how clowns, especially that particular one, traumatized him throughout his childhood days. Scar teases him and accuses him of being afraid of clowns, but A-Bomb waves off his claim nervously, stating that all he hates are their freakish grins, beady eyes, and horrifying makeup. Red Hulk hops in on the tease, making A-Bomb flustered. Hulk finally tunes into a recent channel. Displaying on the screen, a TV reporter announces that it's been a while since the Hulk and the other agents of SMASH vanished, and that the world has been at peace ever since. He voices out that he does not know where they went, but will be really glad if they never return. Hulk deduces that the TV signals they're getting are coming out of some kind of wormhole somewhere out there, but as soon as they try to trace it, the ship's power goes completely out. The ship slowly drifts towards a nearby black hole. Suddenly, the spaceship regains its power. Out of other options leading home, the SMASH agents decide to go through it to at least see what awaits them on the other side. Immediately as they swerve into the hole, their radar picks up something approaching their ship at full speed. Hulk then identifies the approaching object as none other than the Silver Surfer, his old friend. He urges his team members not to worry and that the Silver Surfer would never hurt them. To his detriment and my pleasure, the Silver Surfer immediately starts to attack them. The gang decides that if they don't want their ship destroyed, they'd have to do something about the pest attacking it from outside, so they suit up and charge towards him on rocket boards. Hulk tries to reason with Silver Surfer, but he keeps attacking them while mumbling some words, so Hulk gets mad and smashes him until he's unconscious. Back on the ship, they run some tests on the Surfer's body, and it is revealed that he's not going to recover soon from the damage Hulk caused him. Suddenly, She-Hulk gets so cold that she begins to shiver. Meanwhile, A-Bomb goes through some of his footage to figure out what could have caused the Silver Surfer to react the way he did. All of a sudden, he notices someone who looks, not just as a clown, but like Obnoxio, his worst nightmare, in the footage, completely freaking him out. In the spaceship kitchen, Red Hulk and Scar try to fix up lunch or dinner, depending on whatever the time zone is in space. Things suddenly go wrong as not only does Red Hulk fumble miserably while trying to open a pickle jar, but he also shows a pathetic skill issue as he struggles to cut through butter. Scar heads over to the microwave and pushes a button, but the device suddenly transforms and starts to move on its own. It picks him up and starts trying to swallow him. Red Hulk, on the other hand, tries to unplug the device, but for some weird reason, he's too weak to do it. He eventually trips over the wire, unplugging the device with his body mass. The device then stops moving, freeing Scar. Meanwhile, Hulk asks Samuel how he can use his tech to help the Surfer, but Samuel just roasts him instead. He goes on to glaze himself for a moment while Hulk gives him the look. While he rambles on, his head suddenly begins to shrink, and he panics. Hulk takes it as one of his schemes, so he just ignores him, but for some reason he starts to feel different, as if everything around him is just trying to piss him off for no particular reason. He joins She-Hulk in the control room, whose condition has gotten way worse. Even though she has turned up the temperature to 90 degrees, she still shivers like a politician taking a lie detector test. A-Bomb charges in, telling them about the evil clown hunting him. Shortly after, Scar charges in and starts to destroy the technological devices, followed by Red Hulk, who tells them how weak he has become. They then realize that whatever is haunting them is using their deepest fears and weaknesses against them. Suddenly, Obnoxio, the evil clown, appears and starts to toss the crew members around like fries at the bottom of a McDonald's bag. Similarly, Hulk's shadow comes alive and starts trying to engulf him like venom. Red Hulk tries to fight as well, but Obnoxio handles him easily. Hulk finds a way to overpower his shadow, so he tries to fight the overgrown clown, but he's still not strong enough. Silver Surfer, who miraculously wakes up, tells A-Bomb that as the owner of the nightmare, he's the only one who can destroy it. So A-Bomb finally summons up enough courage and confronts the clown head-on, and, surprisingly, it vanishes. When the evil clown finally disappears, reality snaps back into place, and everything is restored to normal. Hulk, still shaken, turns to Silver Surfer and asks how their deepest fears were able to manifest so vividly. Silver Surfer explains the concept of the Void, revealing it to be a cosmic creature known as Null. He tells them Null thrives by invading the minds of its victims, drawing out their worst fears, feeding on that terror, and then using it as fuel to take on physical forms. He goes on to share that this isn't his first encounter with Null. He once tried to defeat it, but became lost in the endless darkness, forced to face his own greatest fear of being trapped alone forever, with no hope of escape. Red Hulk presses him further, asking what happens if the Void ever manages to fully anchor itself to a physical body. Silver Surfer grimly responds that in such a state, Null would be capable of escaping into a nearby wormhole, one that directly leads to Earth. He warns that the danger would be catastrophic because Earth is filled with billions of people and, more importantly, billions of unique fears. If Null reached the planet, he could awaken every one of those fears and twist them into weapons, bringing destruction on a scale no one could stop. Realizing the stakes, the crew knows they must end Null once and for all. But the destructive filler characters who smash things for a living can't come up with a single non-shitty plan. With no solid idea, they resort to blasting wildly into the void with their spaceship's weapons, hoping to land a hit. Instead, they only provoke Null further. It voices out at them, acknowledging that they fought well against their fears before, but warns them that this time there will be no escape. Their fears will rise again, stronger than before, and eventually consume them entirely. Hulk's shadow suddenly comes alive again and wraps itself around him, turning Hulk into some kind of furious monster. Next, A-Bomb slowly starts to transform into a clown. Jen, on the other hand, tries to fight her pandemic by thinking warm thoughts, but she literally gets frozen. Red Hulk grows so frail and ill that he cannot walk. Scar, however, who is technology's biggest hater, suddenly gets engulfed in a machine suit. Determined to stop Null this time, Silver Surfer swiftly tries to attack each of their fears, but Null intercepts, proving he's not above the rules of the system. He immediately gets trapped again, triggering him as he struggles to free himself. Seeing that he cannot win, the Silver Surfer tries to talk to Hulk, who is busy fighting the shadow persona from taking over his body fully. The dark character takes over and starts to attack the Surfer. Hulk then notices that Jen has already frozen up completely. Determined, he starts to repress the dark figure, and it doesn't take long before he represses it completely. A-Bomb, Scar, and Red Hulk also break free from their bondage simultaneously. Now more energetic than ever, Red Hulk uses his body heat to melt She-Hulk's ice, and she embraces him immediately after. The crew then notices that Null has upped his game, combining all their fears into one ugly monster, which it uses as a physical body. It educates them about its plans to feed on the fears of the Earthlings. It then starts to head towards a wormhole leading to Earth. Realizing they don't have any more time to waste, the crew suits up and charges out to intercept the cosmic freak. Silver Surfer takes the lead with his super speed, blocking off Null's path into the wormhole and firing consecutive attacks at it. The rest of the squad also pulls up and starts to fire their own series of attacks, but they notice that none of their attacks seems to penetrate. Apparently, their fears have made it too strong. It swiftly captures all of them with its creepy tentacles and tries to torture them with their fears, but none of its torturing schemes work because they've all overcome their fears. The creature quickly shifts its approach, realizing brute force alone won't be enough. It tries to impose a new fear on the heroes, bringing up the idea that they may never make it home again, that they could remain lost in the void forever. But even that fails to break their resolve. The Hulk family is completely locked in on stopping Null, no matter the cost. Seeing no safer option, the Smashers turn to the Silver Surfer. They tell him plainly that he will have to use his power cosmic device to seal the wormhole shut from the other side. Surfer hesitates, clearly shaken, and asks what will happen to them if he goes through with it. Hulk answers that it's the only way to prevent Null from reaching Earth and that the planet must come first. The others back him up, telling Surfer not to worry about them, and they seem pretty confident that they'll figure out a way home eventually, no matter how long it takes. The Smashers focus their attacks on freeing Silver Surfer from the monster's grip, and when he gets free, he charges through the wormhole and seals it up immediately. With Null's only route to Earth now blocked, the Smashers head back to their ship, ignoring the now raging monster. Having no fear left to feed on, it becomes powerless and disintegrates into nothing in a matter of seconds. Back on their ship, Red Hulk repeatedly teases A-Bomb about his ridiculous fear of clowns, but A-Bomb snaps back, taunting him about the fact that he grew so weak he couldn't even flick on a light switch. She-Hulk similarly remarks to Scar about his temporary robot suit being as cool as that of that particular Avenger. Samuel asks Hulk what it felt like talking to a more ferocious version of himself, but Hulk tells him it's not necessary because no one would ever see that version of him again. Hulk and the agents of Smash have been stranded for months in space after they saved ugly-ass Ego the Living Planet from Galactus. Unlike the others, A-Bomb gets seasick from the turbulence and continues to throw up in space barf bags. She-Hulk claims that as much as she misses the jump jet, they will have to manage with Leader's ship. A-Bomb claims that he will later send out another distress signal after he cleans up the barf bags. Red states it is a waste of time, because thanks to the Leader, everyone on Earth thinks of them as criminals and claims that Earth doesn't give a shit about them. Hulk quickly drags Red into a corner, who is displeased with his attitude. He reminds Red that he was an army general who used to inspire his troops in battle and tells him not to bring the others down with him. Red claims that he was only telling the truth and that it was hopeless. As soon as they exited the magnetic storm, they quickly received a transmission from Captain America of the Avengers. Cap states that they have been scouring the galaxy for months, searching for them. He tells them that they're based on a nearby planet and sends them their coordinates, which appear to be a tropical planet. They quickly headed to the destination Captain America sent them, where they were greeted by the Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hawkeye, and Black Widow. Red notices them carrying weapons, but A-Bomb brushes his concern, excited to meet the famous Avengers in person. When Hulk gives Captain America a handshake, he surprisingly puts handcuffs on him and declares that they are all under arrest for their crimes back on Earth. A-Bomb tries to explain that they were framed for the destruction of Vista Verde. Hulk breaks free from the chains and claims they have Leader, the one responsible, apprehended back at the ship. Captain America worries that they may have weapons on the ship and that resisting arrest makes them hostile. Captain America orders the Avengers to attack them, and they start shooting. Hulk tells Captain America to stop, claiming he doesn't want to fight with a friend, but Cap claims they are not their friends, so Thor jumps in and knocks Hulk down with his hammer. Red is frustrated that Earth doesn't care about them except for putting them behind bars. A-Bomb notices that the Avengers are acting weird, especially Hawkeye, who is strangely using a gun instead of shooting his arrows. Hulk grows impatient and knocks Thor and Captain America away, while Red sneaks up on Iron Man and unmasks him to reveal they are ugly-ass Skrulls. A-Bomb explains that the Skrulls are evil intergalactic shapeshifters who always try to attack Earth. Learning they were Skrulls, the Hulks stop holding back and knock them all out. Red states that he was right to suspect them, claiming that no one would go this far out of their way to look for them. A-Bomb worries that they have walked into a nest of Skrulls and that this is all a trap. Despite Red's suggestion to leave, Hulk tells them they must stay, worried that the Skrulls might be planning to attack Earth again. Red refuses to stick around, but Hulk tries to stop him from leaving. While they were arguing, the Guardians of the Galaxy appeared before them. Red claims they must be Skrulls too and starts shooting at them. Hulk stops Red, but when Star-Lord shoots back, Hulk orders the others to lock up the fake Avengers in the ship while he and Red handle the Guardians alone. Hulk then jumps at them, and Rocket is surprised that Skrulls could imitate Hulk's power. Drax jumps to confront Hulk while Gamora deals with Red. When Red knocks Gamora from a tree, Groot knocks him down from behind with his powers. Rocket confirms his suspicions and tells the others to stand down, claiming they are the real Hulks. Star-Lord convinces Hulk to stop when he tells them of the time they took down the Collector together and had Christmas dinner in a dirty diner in the desert. Hulk was happy that the Guardians responded to their distress call, but Star-Lord explained that they had been monitoring this sector for weeks after hearing rumors that the Skrulls were trying to build some kind of super soldiers. Trying to prove they're the Hulks, Red tells Rocket that he would make a nice hat. Rocket confirms his identity, claiming that only the real Red would say that. When it was the others' turn, they slowly backed away and revealed themselves to be Skrulls when they could not tell them anything that the real one would know. The Skrull leader tells the others that they only need the ones with gamma energy and can eliminate the rest. When they start shooting at them, Groot uses his powers to erect a wooden wall to block their shots while Hulk leaps and strikes the ground the enemy is standing on. The impact was so powerful that it knocked them all off balance, allowing them to take them down. Hulk asks them where they took the others, but Star-Lord threatens to have Groot devour them when they refuse to talk. The Skrulls tell them that the others were taken to a ground transport train headed to their hive, where they will have their gamma energy harvested for use as a weapon. Star-Lord claims they can use his ship, which was built for combat missions, and insists on driving. Drax and Red get acquainted en route, and Red claims he used to be a 4-star general in the army before becoming a Hulk. Dax claims that he also has a title that people used to call him the Destroyer. Star-Lord tracks down the Skrulls' transport train, but as they approach it, they are quickly discovered and the enemy shoots at them. Star-Lord tells them to abandon the ship and board the train. When Hulk asks the Guardians to keep the enemy busy so they can search for the others, he is suddenly attacked from behind. When he turns around, he is surprised to find Super Skrull there, who has the powers of the Fantastic Four. Super Skrull claims that after all this time searching the cosmos for Hulk, he didn't expect they would come straight to them. He is glad to face Hulk to exact his revenge, but Hulk asks him what revenge he is referring to, as they are the ones who attacked Earth. Hulk charges at Super Skrull, but struggles to land a punch when he uses Mr. Fantastic's elasticity to his advantage. Star-Lord sends Red, Gamora, and Drax to find the others while he, Rocket, and Groot help Hulk deal with Super Skrull. Red worries that splitting them up is a bad idea, but still goes along. Rocket shoots at Super Skrull while Groot restrains him. Super Skrull is forced to let go of him, and Hulk gets thrown off the train. Super Skrull uses Human Torch's powers to break free from Groot, but Hulk catches up to the train and launches a diving attack on Super Skrull. Meanwhile, Red charges on by himself, to which both Drax and Gamora were unimpressed when he was the one who complained about the team splitting up. Hulk tells them to wait, claiming that Super Skrull is down. When they ask where Hulk reveals to be a Skrull and throws a web of vines that bound them up. He then orders them to lock Drax and Gamora, quickly assuming they have gamma energy, given their green appearance. Red finds the others tied up and takes off their blindfolds. When he takes off Scar's blindfold, he kicks him off the train, assuming Red is fake. Super Skrull is overjoyed when a swarm of giant bugs suddenly appears to attack them. He then breaks the coupler to detach the railcar Hulk, and the others are on from the rest of the train. Star-Lord asks Rocket to take the shot while he can, but he's quickly swarmed and misses the chance to shoot him. When they get swarmed, Hulk and the others get thrown off the train, to which Hulk uses a clapping shockwave to clear the swarm. Although they defeated the giant bugs, the enemy had already escaped with their prisoners. Hulk and the Guardians return to their ship but find it decommissioned, to which Rocket claims the jetpacks on it have been fried from the last attack. Red shows up and claims Scar kicked him off the train after being mistaken for a Skrull, while Drax and Gamora were captured. When Rocket and Red start arguing, Hulk breaks them up, claiming they need to keep hope that they're still alive and stick together. Star-Lord claims that the swarm must be the enemy's border patrol and suspects they must be close to the hive. They later reach the enemy camp but see Skrulls soaking in a pool of green water when they scout the place. When they looked further up, they found giant green pods atop a mountain and discovered their captured teammates in it. Suddenly, a giant Hulk-like creature emerges from the pool created by the gamma energy drained from the Hulks. Star-Lord suspects that the Skrulls are amassing their army to invade Earth, having had their eyes on it for a long time now. When Rocket asks them what the plan is, Red claims there is no plan. Hulk states their friends need them and claims they can beat these odds. Red suggests that for them to succeed, they will have to infiltrate the enemy base with camouflage. Hulk and Red crawl into enemy camp undetected using the giant bug's corpse. When the Skrulls discover that Drax and Gamora don't have gamma energy they can drain, they throw them into the disintegrator pit. When the giant Skrulls arm themselves and board the ship, Hulk and Red emerge from hiding and attack them, worried they'll be shipped out to attack Earth. While the Skrulls jump at Red, Super Skrull uses A-Bomb and the others to create more giant Skrulls. Groot breaks them free, and Star-Lord and Rocket confront Super Skrull by themselves. When the giant Skrulls overpowers Hulk and Red, Groot bats A-Bomb at the enemy, who turns into a metal ball. Hulk quickly rushes to help Star-Lord and Rocket, who struggle against Super Skrull fighting without their weapons. Hulk asks them to let him handle Super Skrull while they deal with the invasion ships headed for Earth. When the others struggle with the giant Skrulls, Red claims they need to fight fire with fire and quickly leaps into the gamma pool. Super Skrull laughs, claiming that the pool contains raw gamma energy and that he won't be able to survive it. Red Hulk emerges, absorbing raw gamma energy to become a giant, beating up the giant Skrulls. Meanwhile, Star-Lord and Rocket sneak on board the invasion ship. Star-Lord wonders how he intends to blow it up without an explosive, but Rocket explains that he only needs a power source and a couple of wires. Rocket inadvertently pulled out the wrong wire, which prematurely exploded the ship. Super Skrull claims that Red may have turned himself into a giant, but they still have the numbers. Hulk argues that they may have the numbers, but they have the heart. So he calls Red for an assist. Red tosses the giant Skrulls in the air, and Hulk wrestles them on top of Super Skrull while the invasion ship in the background explodes. After the whole ordeal, Red returns to normal, but is still sick from the after effects. Rocket claims it was good that he got rid of the gamma energy fighting the Skrulls, as it was designed to merge with the Skrull physiology. Red states that he hasn't felt this nauseous since the chimichanga eating contest. Drax and Gamora were impressed by his actions, to which even Star-Lord complimented him, having saved much more than the day, and claimed that this could have been worse. Star-Lord then gives Hulk a nav drive containing a star map that will lead them back to Earth. The end. Thank you for sticking to the end of my video. Please do me the biggest favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.